All right, I think we're recording. There we go. What's going on? Welcome back to the Lazy Genius Tarot and Bazaar. My name is Alex, and if you're new here, thank you for making this your first stop on the channel today. I keep looking at the desk because today I got an unboxing to do. I filmed 2 unboxings already, both of which have failed, and I ended up not being able to use the footage, so hopefully this one works out. But I got 2 different unboxings to do today. This one came from France, and this one from Amazon. So we'll go ahead and knock this one out first, I think. I'm excited to see this. So this one, I can tell by the address on it, is the Yves Renaud Gassmann Tarot de Marseille. If I'm not mistaken, that's what this is going to be. Yeah, Francois Gassmann, 1840. Cool. All right, so they sent me it says, "Bonjour, Alex. Here is your Tarot Gassmann, number 277 of 1500. Have nice spreads and fun with him. Best." So that's pretty cool. Oh, wait, gotta get my camera right. There we go. That's pretty cool. So number 277 of 1500. Keep that right there. And here's the box. There we go. And then the side here, which it says the same thing on the other side in French, but the side here says Tarot from Francois Gassmann, 1840, MasterCard maker in Geneva, Switzerland. Limited edition of a tarot made in Geneva, Switzerland. This exclusive restitution was made in collaboration with the Swiss Game Museum at La Tour des Piets, I think is how that's pronounced, in Switzerland, which keeps many versions of this famous tarot. The bright colors of this edition are the result of the variety of original editions that followed each other through time. 78 cards plus 2 presentation cards in French and English. Yves Renaud 2020. Okay. And then here's the back of the box. So it looks like that's going to be the 2 of Pence on the back. Let's see here. The box is the 2-part telescoping box. Let me not skip the box. Pretty sturdy, but you know, your average 2-part telescoping box, however you say that. Here is the 2 title cards. Again, one in English, one in French. And it's got the number at the bottom of the card right there. 277 out of 1500. Now, I'm not going to show you all of the cards, but I am just going to do a, quick flip through of a few of them. I am planning on doing full walkthroughs of both of the decks that I just got in today. And then the reason why I like this deck, the reason why I got the deck, was the greens. I really like the greens in this deck and the way all of the colors seem to pop. It's probably like the most colorful Marseille, or one of the most colorful Marseilles I think I've ever seen. And I really like this deck, actually. I think we'll just do the first 10 of the majors, and then we'll check out a couple of the pips. Look at the colors on it, though. This is a really nice tarot. Okay, we'll stop there. And then here are the card backs. There we go. Pretty cool card back though. And then just a few of the pips. look at a couple of the wands. I like the wands. And then a couple of the courts. And maybe a couple of the pence. But I am going to do a full walkthrough of this deck. Just look out for it. That'll go up on one of my walkthrough Wednesdays videos. I really like this thing. I don't really know what else to say about it. I don't want to go too in depth because I don't want to end up gushing about it right now because I want to do a full walkthrough of it. I really like this deck. I'm excited for this one. Came right from France. It actually got here pretty quick too, in comparison to some of the other decks that I've ordered. It's gonna end up going right up there. All right. Now this one, the Tarot of Light and Shadow. There we go. Okay, so this one is a double deck. Apparently, the artists John Matthews and Andrea Aste, I think is how you pronounce her name. Sorry if I butchered that. But the creators have taken the tarot and basically made one light and one shadow deck, right? The imagery in both of the decks is almost identical, but with, of course, a few slight differences in the line work of the imagery, I guess, and then of course colored, one for like daytime and then one for like twilight. So here's the box without the super shiny plastic on it. The back says, for the first time ever, 2 decks have been designed to work together in a new multi-layered approach to the tarot. The shadow deck is your inner world, your instinct, and what is unknown. The light deck is the outer world, the rational, and what is known. The groundbreaking double deck from the best-selling tarot creator John Matthews and renowned Italian artist Andrea Aste allows you to look both within and without, explore both sides of every equation and answer, and find the best way forward in the blending of both of those answers. The most subtle and insightful tarot ever created. So says the top of the box. So, I think it's a pip deck. I actually purchased this sight unseen as a pre-order on Amazon. And I placed the pre-order back in like May, I think. So sight unseen. For a few months, I've been basically wondering. The only thing I've seen is this picture right here on Amazon. I didn't actually get a chance to see any pictures of it until a few days ago. I caught it on some tarot sales website. I think it was Tarot Arts. They had a few pictures up with the comparison between the light and shadow. And if you look here, it is a color book. And then you do get a color image of both the light and shadow decks with each description. Seems like everything is covered. Intro, minors, the mirror spread. Okay. Any more spreads in the back? Yep, they got some more spreads in the back as well. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good book. It's a decent size. It's not going to be anything too big. It should fit up there because I'm running out of room on that shelf. But all right. And then here are the decks. There's no plastic on these guys. It's just this sort of, well, this might be plastic. It's plastic coated paper. It's like a plastic layer on the inside, but no whole bunch of plastic though, which is a cool thing. I hate when the decks come wrapped in plastic, super tough like that. So we have the light and the shadow deck. And the cards are essentially the same. Here, I'm just going to do it like this. So here's the Fool. And if you notice, the images are essentially the same. I don't know if you can pick up the line work on this one, but they're essentially the same line work, just mirrored or opposite of each other. I'm trying to get the glare out of the cards. Let me see. There we go. So it's the same artwork, it just looks to be mirrored. The Magician. I like this card. It's a pretty cool artwork here. It's a really intricate line work though when you really look at it. Very intricate line work. I like this. For something that I bought with literally no vision of any cards, like I hadn't seen any of the cards. I'm actually surprised at this deck. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Like there was something in the back of my mind that told me I wasn't really gonna like it, but I actually really like this deck. The images almost look engraving inspired, almost even tribal inspired. Maybe, not too sure. I'm gonna have to definitely dig into the book. This one's maybe not so tribal inspired, but here's the Empress. I'm trying to get that glare off the card. There we go. So then you see here the imagery is a slight bit different. Rather than the hat that she's wearing in this card, there's like a tree growing off the top of her head. But other than that, the line work is essentially the same. It's just the coloration that's changed between the two. And I guess it's going to go the whole way through the deck like that. So we'll skip through a couple of the cards here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is a pit deck. So we'll go through a couple of the pips. Here's the Ace of Swords. So on the light deck, it's pointing up. On the shadow deck, it's like stuck in the ground. It does seem to be the same sword though. But on the shadow deck, if you notice the little dragon dude at the end of the hilt, where you can see him right there, but at the end of the hilt on this one, he's like breathing fire. Pretty cool. The Two of Swords. So one's like a broadsword, one's like a scimitar. The Three of Swords. If you notice, the two small ones seem to be the same. They're just in different placements, and then it's the two large swords that are different. Okay. Three of Swords. And then here's the Four. And then again, if you notice, like the sizes are the same. Like there's two smaller ones and then two larger ones, but then on these cards, they're different all the way around. Or some of them you get sort of the same sword on both cards, and then with others you get different swords. And then like here, it's the same sword in the center, just changed directionally, and then it's the smaller swords that are different. I won't go too far into the pips though. Like I said, this one here is going to require sort of a full-on, in-depth, you know, possibly hour-long walkthrough where I go through both of the decks and side by side, and we really explore how exactly it is that they design these decks to work together and exchange energies between the two, right? Like, is it possible that you can take some from the light, some from the deck of shadows there, and shuffle them together? Like, take half this deck and half this deck and shuffle them together and have two decks that are evenly light and shadow. Is that something we can do? Or so I'm going to explore this just a little bit. There seems to be a tad bit of no, just a little scuff from shipping there. But yeah, the cards look to be in pretty good condition. The cardstock is pretty thick. It's matte, but it's super glossy. It's like but it feels matte though. I don't know. It's definitely a paper cardstock, real thick. And both of them, of course, are the same. And then as far as cardstock is concerned, if we look at the Gassmann, this is like really high quality cardstock. It's cored paper. I have a couple of decks without cores, and you can like see right through the cards, but with these ones you can't. So like when you hold it up to the light, if there was no core, you'd be able to see the designs on the back of the card through the like lighter part of the card in the front. Also, I like the size of these Gassmann cards. And for comparison, I believe the Tarot of Light and Shadows is a normal size tarot deck, but if you see here, the normal sized tarot deck is a sliver wider, but the Gassmann is a little taller. It definitely feels different in the hand when you're holding the deck. I like that. All right, so I don't want to ramble on too long and keep y'all here just watching me admire my two new decks, or three new decks actually, because this one's technically a two-decker. 1 second. So those are the two decks that I just got in the mail today. Like I said, I tried to film 2 other walkthroughs. One of them was yesterday, but halfway through the video, somehow it turned upside down on me, and I don't know how to fix it yet. And I'm still trying to find a video editor that I can use on a Windows laptop, because everybody else out there owns a MacBook, apparently. I don't know. But yeah, so halfway through that video, the video turned upside down on me, and then the last one was actually this deck right here, the Jean Dodal. I filmed the whole walkthrough, and I noticed when I was doing the walkthrough, but I was recording and I didn't want to like stop the video and have to start re-recording again. So I just finished the walkthrough, and I figured I would rewatch the video just to see if whether or not what I saw was correct. And it was. For a second I thought I was losing my mind, but this card was actually missing the second major, or the Papes card. I really like this deck too. There's a walkthrough of this one coming up, but that was the first walkthrough, or I should say unboxing rather, that I did, because I did an unboxing for this, but then like I said, it was missing a card, so I ended up not being able to use that. I'm waiting on that new card to come in now. As soon as that card comes in, I will be doing a walkthrough of that. And I'm going to add these two to the walkthrough queue as well. The Tarot Francois Gassmann 1840 from Yves Renaud. Definitely a beautiful deck. I love the box as well. And the Tarot of Light and Shadow. This is a pretty interesting one. There's probably going to be a decently long, in-depth walkthrough of this deck, or pair of decks rather, coming up soon as well, so keep your eye out for that. All my walkthroughs will be on Wednesdays. This is a unboxing, so I'll probably just drop it tonight. Today is Tuesday, so I'll just probably release it tonight for a Tarot Tuesday video. And then also I am working on a series like a tarot learning series. And as soon as I can get all the details about that configured and lined up and where I want them, so here in the next week or two, I will release a intro video for that, kind of go over the details of what I'm looking at doing, and we will go weekly from there. I haven't decided which day of the week I'm going to do that yet, though. I think I'm going to do that on Saturdays. So I have Tarot Tuesdays and Series Saturdays, as I'm calling them right now, because I haven't named the series yet. And then Wednesdays we'll just do the walkthroughs, because I've got enough decks that I can film walkthroughs and just keep Wednesdays always stacked. So I figured that's kind of cheating. So I actually want to give you guys 2 videos a week. So we'll do the Tarot Tuesdays, and we will do the series. I'm thinking I want to do that on Saturdays. Still haven't come up with a name for it yet, though. I'm still working out the rest of the actual details for like the learning process and how I want to go about that. But those will be coming up soon. I do appreciate you guys for continually coming back to watch my videos and supporting the channel. Again, if you're new here and you like my content, please do hit the subscribe button and keep in the loop for all of the new videos, because like I said, I do got some new content planned, and it is all going to be tarot related. Going forward, Tuesdays for Tarot Tuesdays will be sort of the forum wherein I can release videos like comparisons. For instance, when that card comes in for the Dodal, I'm going to do a type 1 versus type 2 Marseille video with the Dodal and the CBD. And then I might use the Gassmann, because the Gassmann is also a type 2. I might use this one, but we'll see how I feel when I get ready to film the video. But yeah, I'm going to do a type 1 versus type 2 Marseille, and then I got a couple of other decks still on the way in, one of which is the study deck from MPC, which is supposed to be a pretty accurate scan of the PAM A. So I'm going to use that one to do a comparison versus all the Rider-Waite-Smith decks that I've got right here, and kind of figure out which ones are the closest to the original kind of thing, I guess. But I got a bunch of stuff like that planned. And then according to my list here, I also am looking at doing tag responses. So like the tarot tags, the hashtags. I have a couple of VRs that I want to do to those. I think I'm going to start with the Tarot Tubers A to Z from Simon over at the Hermit's Cave. I will probably do that one next week on Tuesday. So I will get that one ready for you guys for next week. And then we will go from there. And like I said, it'll be just random tarot content on Tuesdays. You guys tell me what kind of videos you want to see. If there's a walkthrough of a specific deck, I will release that on a Wednesday, but just let me know in the comments and I will bump that particular deck up the queue. I've got about 75 decks now, so definitely growing the collection, and I love all of them. I didn't think I would have this many, to be so honest. When I started reading tarot, I didn't think I would end up with this many decks, but here I am, 75 decks later, and I bought my first deck in April, actually. So the collection has grown quite considerably, quite fast. I have a lot of really cool, really old decks. So I will love to get a chance to show you guys some of these. Outside of that, yeah, again, I want to thank you guys for coming, new or returning. Either way, I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate the support. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I do a new video. And if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments below for me. I appreciate you guys again for coming. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one.